Welcome to the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael, your host for 3/25/18. It's late Sunday afternoon. We're going to look for any new Q clearance, QAnon drops, breadcrumbs. If there's not any, I got something else in store. Wanted to break down his last post. Found out some really good information. Okay. Clock activated. Red Castle, Green Castle. So we got Red Castle coming down over to, like I've said in some other ones, the collective thought is, of course, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Red Castle is their logo. Can be clearly seen on the website. Green Castle. What does exactly that mean? So I'm hearing rumors, and perhaps some people can, provide more insight, but the reason why Trump is on board with the bill is because it actually does provide him with all of the funding he will never need for our big, beautiful border wall. So this guy here says, let me explain. Trump just got an additional $80 billion for defense spending for this year alone. That is huge. And now it is rumored that he's going to spend a chunk of that money on our wall by utilizing the Army Corps of Engineers. Build our wall. To build the wall. If it's true, then our Congress is now going to be powerless to stop him from building the wall. So basically, there'd be some other steps that would have to happen, but if the wall is kind of deemed, an emergency, national defense emergency, you can kind of go that route. You can take this excess money and you deemed it this, and now you're gonna, the Army Corps of Engineers is gonna be involved, and again, trust the plan. All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour for Sunday morning, January 6, 2019. I had to dig up an old post there, folks. I knew yesterday just things were hitting. I was like, I got to find this one, and it was from back in March, 3/25, just a month or so into the channel. I could see in my own self I was just gearing up. I wasn't quite talkative like I am now, and I'm still mess up a lot of words and whatever, but hey, that was interesting. Just wanted to show you guys that we have covered a lot of this, and we do know, it's been very clear what's going on. So today, is Trump going to be at Camp David? I think so. I think he came out shortly after the Q post and said that he would be going to Camp David tomorrow. What's going to happen? Well, we'll keep a close eye on it. All right, we do have some new QAnon Q clearance updates, breadcrumbs drops. Again, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by on your Sunday morning. Please subscribe, ring the bell after the video, give a thumbs up, share it across all of your social media platforms. Take a look in the description box, take a look in the comment section. Other than taking a look in the comment section, leave a comment. Some of the greatest patriots around the whole entire world are right here, part of the Patriot Hour, and they hang out down in the comment section, leaving great articles, great points, and just good conversation. Check it out. Be part of it. Okay, let's jump in here. 2647 was the last one we went over. Follow the watch. 1 year delta. Lots of things are going around on the time here. We believe it's at 3:14 with 1 second till 3:15. All right, so 15:14. Getting ready to be 15:15 military time, or 3:14 with 1 second to spare to 3:15. All right, 2648. Maggie Haberman of New York Times is an enemy of the American people. We got this drop, 2579, as a repost, something for us to look at, and 2502. So on 2579, he reposted to 2502 way back from November 25th. And it talks about border security equals national security. Fiscal year 2019 defense spending bill, the budget overview, budget reconciliation. What if the House falls prior to the majority change? What vested authority does the Constitution grant a sitting U.S. president? regarding matters of national security. And then they, thank you, Mr. Soros. Does that mean that he likes Soros, or does it mean like, thank you, you just screwed yourself? All right, we know what that means. Twitter. Maggie. So we got this Maggie Haberman. I already got it pulled up. More on what at Cost Our Ports is hearing. Trump has been talking about it for several days, and the White House counsel's office has taken a look at what is possible since the shutdown began, and Trump revived talk of this inside White House. Trump confidently tells me he's still talking today and declaring a national emergency if the talks collapse, and he's getting encouraged by several of his friends and the hard right to do just that, knowing it'd be challenged immediately. So they're talking about him declaring it a national emergency. Several days, question mark. What if this was always the plan? Justice K. Timing is everything. Why deploy vested powers of the office of the president under verifiable matters of national security when you can instead unveil America's true enemy? Public awakening. Got a WikiLeaks here. Robbie's claims 1/16 of the Apache, so we should all be set. Robbie claims he's 1/16 Apache. Kidding aside, we do have any diversity we can point out at this stage. This is talking about collaborated drops. We need to back off. It's just a whole treasure trove. Right here, the whole point of those drops is in there is we have a very good relationship with Maggie Haberman of Politico over the last year. We've had her tee up stories for us before, and we've never been disappointed. While we should have a larger conversation in the near future about a border strategy for re-engaging the beat press that covers HRC, for this we think we can achieve our objective and do most of the shaping by going right through Maggie. So Q puts, you're not safe. We know what you're doing. It's been exposed. How do you outmaneuver obstructionists? 2649. And again, they pull up this old post here. You will not win, Pelosi. You do not think the largest military spending bill in the history, fiscal year 2019, wasn't going to indirectly include funding the wall, did you? Learn the Constitution regarding vested powers of the POTUS. This was planned and forecasted at the border funding solution from the very beginning. Anons had the proof long ago, but shining a light back then would have defeated the primary purpose of showing the public the real objective of the D's party. Open borders and eliminate ICE, elimination of security, defend illegals over Americans. How do you outmaneuver the obstructionist? How do you expose the obstructionists for what they really are? The enemy of the people. They are only now figuring out all of this. That is awesome. 2650. The wheels of corruption go round and round. I added that. But the wheels of corruption. 2650. You got a combat debater. First 24 hours of Dems in power. Filed articles to impeach Trump on nothing. Introduced a bill to kill the Electoral College. They're tired of, a majority of the states. They basically want LA, Chicago, and New York to pick our president every year. Passed bill to fund government without the border wall, and voted anonymously to go home just after 4 hours of all taking the job. It's like all the new people got sworn in, and then they're all like, hey, let's vote to go home. I'm in favor, me too. Who's worried for our country? Raise of hands. Democrat spending bill offers $12 billion more for foreign aid, $0 for border wall. This one really has a step on her own. This one was really a step on her own. Nick, that is hilarious. Why do the D's always push for Republicans to include spending bills for approval? Billions of dollars for foreign aid. Who audits the money and where it actually goes? Probably nobody. How do politicians become extremely wealthy while in the office on government salaries? A bunch of nefarious side deals, and when they do lots of things for the, yeah, that's exactly where it comes from. How do XYZ orgs, etc. remain funded? Foreign assistance govs, foreign assistance, they get all these assistance from taxpayer. Why do Ds only care about control and power? Power of purse and power equals protection. The wills of corruption. Welcome to this con game. So these articles, if you want to take a look, again, .gov and explore, you're going to find many of article. 2651, the corruption infiltration at the top worldwide is spread like cancer. Foreignassistance.gov. See if this is up and running yet. It was getting hit last night and it was down. And it might have been crashed. All right, waiting on a response forever. Why, for decades, has the UN encouraged donor countries to contribute 0.7 of their gross domestic product, GDP, to foreign aid, on foreign aid? The corruption infiltration at the top worldwide is spread like cancer. Got a YouTube link to the Trump speech, the one that got him elected, the one that came in October of 16, with just a couple of 3 weeks or so before the elections. And if you listen carefully, folks, he's talking, we the people, taking power out of D.C., giving it back to you the people. The only people that can do this is you, us, together. We have to expose it. We have to be aware of it. It's not going to be done by Superman. It's by you, the people. It's your God-given right. Listen again and listen carefully. The Great Awakening. All right. Foreignassistance.gov website down after about 2.2 million users accessed it in 1 to 2 minutes. 1.1 million per minute for those 2 minutes, so 2.2. Q couldn't get the page to load. I couldn't get the page to load. 2.2 million attempted access within 1 to 2 minutes. The site has crashed. All right. 2652 in the series, folks. Let's see if we got any. All right, 2652, still the last one. Nothing new. Just wanted to get those read to you guys. Again, that video I had was titled Omnibus Bill and the Wall is Funded, from back in March. The wall is already funded, or the wall is funded. Very crazy when we come over things this much time later, and I knew that I had covered it. Of course, anyone following the queue would have saw that back then, but again, we get laid out game plan, but not quite when it was going to happen. And that's the biggest thing in the Q movement. People like to, you guys said this and you said that. Well, we could be wrong. All of us people decoding, of course, we're trying to figure it out. If it's a true, good military op, we're not going to be able to find it out until they want us to. That's the whole point. And then that can seem like a big waste of time to people. But hey, we know the right things are getting done. We're seeing it. Is today a day of Trump going to Camp David? The government shut down. We kind of got an invasion going on at certain points, and plus the drug flow, the human trafficking abuses, kids coming into our country in the human trafficking sex trade, kids getting siphoned out of our country in the human trafficking sex trade. Does all this come to an end? Does he announce today that it's a national security for us, for our country, and by law, by our constitutional rights, we are gonna fix this issue, the lock for our front door. And these people forever have stood by the fact that it's a racist, it looks bad, but I'd rather, they're already saying Trump's racist. They're saying half this country's racist. It's just words. We all know that we're not. We know that it's not. So I'd rather let them say their words, but fix the issue. And that's more important than saying, well, the wall looks racist. Well, without the wall, or without the security barrier there, we have death happening. We have drug flow. We have people getting human trafficked. That's way more important than the words that you claim something means. When we actually get that barrier up, things will stop, and this country is going to be better off. People are going to be better off, and that's where it starts. All right? I'm Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless each and every one of you worldwide on this Sunday morning. Have a great Sunday morning into your Sunday afternoon. We'll be back here with more shows throughout the day. Again, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Toggle the switch, ring the bell, toggle the switch to work with you and your device in the best possible manner. And we will see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour update video. Have a great afternoon.